cars, man. All right, what is up, YouTube fam? Your boy is on his grind one more time. Unfortunately, I have no idea what's up with this thing, man. So as you guys know from my previous videos, I put this thing back together. I put all new valve stem seals in it, and amongst other things. And for some reason, now I have a ticking right here. And I was watching my boy Box Chevy P's last video, and he was talking about how he has a tick that developed, and I was trying to give him advice on it. And sure enough, now I put my car back together and I have a tick, and it's pretty dang loud, y'all. You know, they say it could be head gaskets, they say it could be exhaust, you know, lifter, rockers or whatnot. And to me, it sounds like a rocker or a lifter or something inside of the valve train. It's really loud. It's abnormally loud, a lot louder than the exhaust leak would be. On these particular cars too, the headers are known to crack. I don't know why. It could be some sort of design flaw, but typically not on this side. It's usually always on the driver's side, and I don't hear it from the driver's side. It's coming from this side, and of course it had to come from this side because this is the hardest part of taking off the valve cover, is this side. This side is no problem. Unfortunately, this side you got to take off the heater hoses and this coolant pipe and everything in order to just to get the dang thing off. And the bottom corner of the valve cover is really tight to the AC box, and it's a pain in the butt to try to get off. So of course it has to be the hardest side to get off. Unfortunately, I'm probably going to have to take this off and kind of re-inspect everything. I did kind of have a little bit of worry about the valve stem seals on this side because for some reason they wouldn't seat down all the way, and I'm not sure if that's what's causing the issue, or it maybe one came loose and it's kind of just messing with the valves and the way that it goes up and down, or making some sort of tick. I really don't know. I've only driven it about 6 miles, and that's when I heard the tick. The crazy thing is it didn't do it, or I didn't hear it upon startup. Ran fine, I didn't hear any tick, and as soon as I started to drive it, it just started to make a loud noise. So a lot of times that typically can mean a exhaust manifold or something like that, because if it's cracked, then when the pipe is cold, then the crack is a lot tighter. However, when it gets hot, then the crack will expand, and then obviously can make more noise. So that could be it, but I'm not real sure. It could also be just loose header bolts. I don't know, but the weird thing is it didn't do it before I took everything apart, so I don't know. So anyways, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to tighten all the exhaust manifold bolts. Maybe one did come loose. See if that helps. If not, then I'll just wait till this thing cools down and I'll just tear it back apart again. Man, it's finally starting to get nice out and I want to drive the thing, but oh my gosh, man, it's just one thing after another, man. And all I wanted to do is change the valve seals, and also too, the thing is still smoking. So I really don't know why it's smoking. I don't know if just there's still oil that settles down. It could be valve seals not seating all the way. Maybe I just need a valve job, and maybe I need the heads worked. I don't know, man. So I don't know. Well, I guess I'll just try to eliminate the easiest stuff before tackling the harder stuff. You know, it could be something that I did putting stuff back together, because it's a pretty loud tick, and I'm pretty sure it's coming from somewhere in the valve train. So I'll try to attack it again and see what I can do, y'all. Well, y'all, I got it all torn apart on that side there. Actually, it wasn't bad now that I know how to do it pretty good, but I think I found the issue. Man, looks like I'm probably gonna either have to get new rockers, roller rockers, and I'm definitely gonna have to get new push rods. So if you guys can see where the push rod seats, right there, somehow it popped off. You guys can kind of see there. Popped off, and it was riding on the rocker arm itself. Now, I don't know if I did that or it was already done, because this side here is also like that. And I don't recall, I know I definitely would not have installed it that way. And I did not set the lash, the rocker arm lash, when I put it in, because I left everything exactly how it was. So these roller rockers, you can set the lash and then it has a nut where you can just tighten it down so they don't move. Well, I didn't want to mess anything up, so I just left everything as is. And when I went to actually pull these off at the beginning, I rotated each rocker, because they're technically not supposed to move when you turn them like this, and they were all loose, or at least half of them were loose. So I don't know, man, I could be wrong. I have to do some more research, but I think that was it. I think this popped off, and that's where the source of my lifter noise was coming, or ticking noise is coming from, because all these here are straight and this one is crooked. Now you can't tell by the naked eye, but let me take you inside real quick. All right, I'm inside now. Now this table isn't perfectly flat, but this is how you can test a push rod, if it's wobbly or not, if it's bent. But I'm gonna roll it. And I don't know if you guys can see. But it is wobbly. Here, hold on. Let me see if I can spin it slower. So if you guys can see that, my girl will probably kill me if she finds out I'm rolling this on her stuff, but let's see. See, it won't even roll. It keeps wanting to go back and forth because it's so crooked. Oh man, the other ones don't do that. So that one is definitely bent. I don't know, I honestly don't know if I did that or not. I'm pretty sure that I didn't, but because I made sure that they were all straight and seated in there properly. So it was probably done before. I don't know, because I don't really drive the car that much to really tell. It kind of always kind of had a ticking noise, now that I think about it. But I mean, maybe since I took off the rocker shaft and the whole rocker assembly, that it caused it to act up a little bit more. I'm hoping that I can just maybe buy that roller rocker arm by itself. I don't know if they sell them in singles or you have to buy the set. I really don't feel comfortable putting that one back on, being that it's broken. And I hope that that didn't happen again on my account, because that means there might be metal shavings in there, and that's definitely what I don't want. So it looks like I'm going to have to retake off everything again and do it again. Oh man. Oh man. Man. I mean, I've had this thing apart 2 or 3 times now, dealing with ordering different parts, and it's just been a pain in the butt, man. So anyways, that's where we're at with that. I knew it was coming from the top end somewhere. It just sounded so loud and it didn't sound right. And as soon as I took the breather off, I could hear it. I could see it every time that rocker arm was going up and down. It was making that loud sound. And the breather is actually right on top of here where it was making the noise. And you know what, y'all, now that I really think about it, this might have already been on there, because these parts were on his previous race car, the guy that built it for me, these parts were actually on his race car. So I could see something happening where, you know, he's racing the car and then something weird like that happens where the push rod maybe pops off or something like that. I really don't think that I did that, but I guess anything is possible. But I guess we'll see, man. I'll have to order new parts anyway, so we got to get to it. So after even further investigation, I'm thinking that it might be something that happened recently. I don't know when. I don't know if it happened just now or if it was kind of happening, being, you know, maybe in the making or something. I don't know, but I don't know if you guys can see, if I can lift this up, but on this hole right here, I don't know if you guys can really see. I'll try to shine a light up under there, but if you guys can kind of see it possibly, in the far left corner, hey, I don't know if you guys can tell, maybe right there you can tell. Far left corner, you can tell where the push rod was rubbing on the far left. You can just see because it's shiny metal there. And over here, it's the same side where the push rod was stuck right there, and that's the same side to the left of where the hole is in the push rod. So I'm kind of thinking maybe that just happened. And what I wanted to do, because I was scared that metal might have got in the, I'm nervous that metal has gotten in the engine. I'm hoping not. I'm hoping the metal just kind of just settled down in the head there. And so what I did is I took a magnet right here, that magnet, and then I took my curved needle nose pliers and I took the magnet and put it on there, and then I just went all the way around where the oil was settling and all the way around the head there, and I came up, I don't know if you guys can tell, but there was a bunch of metal flake all over this towel. This black part here, I think that's just old oil residue from it just settling there in the corners and stuff of the head, like in the far corner, and kind of just where oil can kind of settle there. So I think that's just kind of just old oil that just blackened over time. But if you guys can see the shiny specks, that's actually metal. And I'm hoping, praying that metal didn't get in the engine. I checked the dipstick, and the dipstick oil is like super clean because I just changed the oil. So that oil is super clean, so that's good. What I'll probably do is when I put the car back together, I'll probably run it for a little bit and then change the oil, and then run it for a little bit and then probably change the oil again, just to be sure, man. I just trying to just cycle a lot of that bad oil out if I can. I know it's overkill, but I really don't want to destroy this engine, being that it has such low mileage, man. And I don't want to be rebuilding another engine, especially this one, since I've never rebuilt this particular engine before. I'm sure I can do it, but I don't want to do it at all. Hopefully I'm good, and I'll just have to continue to you know, take precautions as needed and you know, save this engine. So anyways, y'all, that's gonna conclude it for this video. I'm glad I found it out. I'm glad I found it out before something seriously seriously bad happened. And you know, that's the car game, man. So anyways, gotta wait on parts now, so stay tuned for more. You guys know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe. I wish I had better news, but happens to the best of us, man. So at least I still have a working engine, and hopefully I can get this thing back and running strong. All right, deuces.